All right, everybody. I know it's been a couple of weeks here, but welcome back to another One of None podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Jonah Casella.
And I am your other host, Dr. Andrew Ganung.
And we have a little bit of a different one today. We're not actually doing a specific topic today. What we intended to do was have this podcast be our first guest speaker podcast, which is going to be coming. But we had a little hiccup in the planning there, but no big deal. We'll get that guest on here. I don't want to spoil it yet. Not as if anybody's going to know them, except maybe like a couple of our friends, but still. So that's going to be coming up next is a guest speaker series. But this podcast is pretty much just going to be us catching everybody up on what's been going on with us, what we're dealing with now, and what the future is going to look like the near future. So, Drew, I don't know if you want to start with giving your update on things.
Besides my coat here, it drops below like 60 degrees in Jacksonville, and I don't know what to do. I do miss the seasons, though. I have to say that as a disclaimer. I really do miss that. I miss the winters, like just dressing up in my Carhartt and like bundling up, you know. But running season is in full effect here, so I'm loving it because my runs in the morning.
Perfect weather,
dude, it's great. Yesterday when I ran it, I think it was probably like 58, 57 degrees when I started. Granted, I left my apartment at 4:30, so it was pretty chilly, but like it was great running in that.
It was 57 degrees at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
that's nice though. It was like 50 degrees here and sunny, and I was sweating.
Yeah, it was it was good though. It was great running weather, and so that's like every Floridian, North Floridian wants this type of weather for running, at least if you're in that population. So it's been great for running and stuff. So super manageable because we just came off the hottest summer where it was just like unbearably hot. You walk outside and you just start sweating. So I do miss like the the mildness of temperature up north, but for the most part, I still love it down here. So
yeah, I mean, what you don't miss is that we went from like 65 to like 75 degrees, and then back down to like 40 degrees, and then now back up to like 50s.
It's so volatile.
Pennsylvania crazy weather, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent here. We actually haven't even really been getting rain a whole lot. We got some last week, but not much. But it's nice. Like I like those rainy days because especially if I'm running on one of those days, it's so nice to just get hit with some rain in the middle of your run.
Cool you
just
down
to like cool off and stuff. Yeah. But I guess I'll get to the update now. Updates on me. About, let's see. Let me check what day I'm at. I think tomorrow's day 50 of 75 hard. Ooh, yeah. So I look like a whole new person, to be quite honest with you. I'm not even going to spoil it because I'm going to probably make like an Instagram post when I get back about my journey with 75 hard, potentially like a video or something. But it has literally changed. It really does change you. Now, I think it would probably change me a little bit more if I wasn't so rigid in a lifestyle beforehand. Like, I think with PT school and you being in optometry school and stuff, like we're primed by that. But for someone who has really like not a great structure in their life, I think 75 hard is like perfect for them. I think I could probably push it and make it a little bit harder for myself in some regards next time around. But still, I mean, I think it's done a really good job for me. And to be honest with you, dude, like I don't miss drinking. I occasionally miss sweets, but like, I don't know. I think like Aubrey burnt the house down, didn't she?
Sorry.
I don't miss drinking a whole lot. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm at the point in my life now, and I don't want to say that I'm out of that because, like, trust me, like I enjoy fun every once in a while and drinking fun. Let's say that, but I would 100% wake up not hungover rather than like the 3 hours of fun on a Saturday night. Like I don't get the people that can live that lifestyle all the time. And it surprises me that people can do that, but I don't miss it. I don't miss going out, wasting money on that stuff. I don't miss waking up with a hangover. It just doesn't attract me the way that it used to. And I think I've
Yeah.
always kind of been in that mentality pretty much since like PT school, but even more so, it's highlighted that like I don't miss it at all.
Yeah, I'm with you on that now, actually. Just this point in my life too. Like I feel like we're so busy all the time that those precious moments you get on the weekends to enjoy yourself, you don't want to waste it being absolutely hungover anymore. Because
No.
like back then, I mean, not having as much responsibility didn't matter quite as much. But now we have other things that we just care about so much more. And so being hungover and losing like half a day is just like impossible now. I mean, it happens
Yeah.
every once in a while, sure, like on a rare occasion, but on a regular basis, yeah, I agree with you. I don't do that stuff anymore either.
Dude, it's like, and even whenever I try and go out, I know what I have to do the next day. So I'm like at 10 o'clock, I'm like, and at this point, I've been up since 5. So I'm like, can I just go home and like chug water and go to bed? Like, I don't even want to be out. Why am I feeling forced to stay out right now? Just because we have to stay out until bars are closed? Like, it's
Dude,
just not worth it to me.
I do not do that. I haven't done that in a long time. It's
Yeah.
very rare that I'm out late like that. And honestly,
Yeah.
half the reason is because I don't want to be hungover the next day, and half the reason is because I would rather. And I'm so like oriented on like where would I rather my bad calories go? Like I would much rather eat bad than drink bad.
Then
And
drink bad.
so
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just well, God have a couple of drinks, but then let's get a couple piece of pizza or something and just chill out for the rest of the night. You
Yeah.
know, then you're
I feel
chilling
like
the
that's
next day.
usually how it happens with us. Like when you came to visit me in Jack's, I feel like we went out, but then we just wanted to come back and like grub on some food and like go to bed.
Exactly.
Because we're both gonna wake up at 7.
Well, we did that next morning. We woke up at 5 to go watch the sunrise.
Oh, that's right too. It's just like I don't know. Like we know we're gonna get up the next morning, so what's the point of wasting that night like just drinking endlessly until you can't anymore, and then it's just not worth it. But yeah, so that was good. That was like kind of eye opening for me. Well, it really wasn't eye opening, but it was nice like reassurance to know that like I don't miss that side of things. And there's the beach bars here in Jacksonville, as you know, Jonah, like they get pretty rowdy. Like there's tons of people that go there because it's right next to the beach. So it can be a very good time if you have absolutely no priorities in life. But like I can't do it. So um picked back up running quite a bit more as of lately. I'm training for Donna coming up soon. That's in February. I haven't started training. I'm just kind of building a foundation right now, but um we have a partnership with a running club through work, and I treat a lot of the patients from the running club in the clinic, and I've been really making an effort to get out with them a lot more, especially on the early mornings on like Saturday. There's like the 5 and 6 o'clock start times for they go out there and like build a course for you.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not really building a course. Like they pretty much repeat the same courses over time, but like they'll put little differences in the course so it's not monotonous, and they'll
It
set up
takes
coolers every
yeah,
2
it
hours.
takes the thought process out of it for you too.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, with me, the only if I'm running by myself, I'll just run down 5 miles and then come back 5, or I'll just go down and back. I don't like to go weaving in and out of making turns and stuff like. So they'll set up coolers every 2 miles too. So if like you need to stop and like get something to drink, it's chill. And it's a huge community, so it's been really great to run with them. But that's good. Um,
So wait, you're running Donna. The Donna Marathon is a marathon in Jacksonville. For the people that don't know that, it's like the big
yes,
marathon in Jacksonville.
yeah.
Um, that's in February. You said.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
what beginning end of February?
I think it's the beginning of February.
Beginning of February. Okay.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, so we are pretty much the beginning of November. So you
Yeah.
have like 3 months. So
Yep.
you got 3 month block. You'll be good. Yeah, you have plenty
Yeah.
of time.
I mean, I'm sitting in a good foundation now. I think I'm gonna try. Josh is coming to run it with me. He's coming
Oh,
from South
sick.
Florida. Yeah, he actually bought he did his registration already. I haven't even done mine, but he got his, and he's a little bit behind me in terms of training. Like he has his basis for training was always like strength and conditioning. It wasn't. I mean, it was functionality, but he's not a big runner, and so he's picking up running again, or a little bit more than what he was. So, and I'm pretty light comparison to him right now with 75 hard. I dropped down quite a bit. I'm like 10 pounds lighter than when I started. So I feel like my endurance is looking a little different, but we're trying to run it together and figure out a good time for us both to like be running it at. But I
You
have
guys
an
could
idea of what
you
I
could
can run
definitely
it at.
do you could definitely do a 4 hour pace.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm doing half. Sorry, I'm doing the
Oh,
half
you're doing the half.
marathon.
Okay.
I'm doing the half.
Well, still,
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking to probably. I would like to run a sub 2 though. Like I would love to
you
do.
can definitely run a sub 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking I would love to run between like a 145 and like a 155 or something like that. So
For
definitely
sure.
below, definitely a sub 2. I just don't know the logistics of it yet. And the guy who owns the club is writing my training protocol because he does that
Ooh,
for all the
sick.
runners.
Nice.
So
You have to share that with me. I want to know. I want to see what's going on with that.
yeah, I'll let you know because there's a lot of speed work in there. They do a lot of speed work at the
Yeah.
track on like once a week or
I'm
twice a week.
gonna whenever I do my update, I'm gonna get into that too. I won't interrupt you
Yeah.
now with that, but
Well, that's pretty much it though. I mean, life is good right now. Just working like a dog, so trying to trying to do get everyone better in the clinic as per usual, and then with running and reading's been really good too. I've been reading a lot, so I've probably read like three books so far, 3 or 4 books. Um, oh, another update for me. Not that anyone really knows, but I am more so for you, Jonah, is that I'm sitting for another boards exam. That's the goal is by end of 2024. There's an OCS, which is like an orthopedic clinical specialty certification that you can get. It's a whole other a whole other boards exam, and you have to sit for it. But that's another goal of mine is to become an OCS, like a clinical specialist in orthopedics, which is going to be awesome. So looking to do that by end of 2024. So I started prepping for it a little bit already because I had to study about 6 to 8 months for it, and then I'll sit for my exam next year at some point. So,
gotcha.
which I didn't tell you about, but that's
Yeah,
on my
that's sweet.
radar. I really want to get that just to develop improved care for patients and stuff. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
oh, let's dive into you. What's been new with you, dude?
Yeah, but right before that, I was trying to think of like what like sub. You said you wanted to go 145 to 150.
Mm-hmm.
So with an 820
145.
an 820 pace is an hour and 49 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm trying to run. I'm trying to
And
run 145. Yeah,
about so you're trying to run a little bit like that's like
actually
an 8
faster.
that's like an 8 minute pace. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually trying. I'm sorry, I'm trying to run like 145 or below that. Actually, I would love to do between like an 8 and 8:15 pace. I mean, I did an 8:19 pace for 10 miles
Yeah.
yesterday. So if I can, and I ran that, dude. I mean, I'm not running a lot right now. I'm running 2, 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
So if I increase that and I'm doing speed work on my shorter runs, I'm doing track workouts, and I'm doing a long run on the weekends, like I feel like I could build that in 3 months
For
already with
sure.
a good foundation. So,
Yeah.
but
What's your
who knows?
what's your nutrition protocol whenever you're doing that long runs?
Right. Well, before.
No, now.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
like yeah.
right.
So like before you run, while you're running. Yeah.
To be honest with you, dude, I am unconventional when it comes to your typical runner. I hate running on food. And typically I'll wake up at 4:15 on Saturdays anyways for the long run. So I have about 5 minutes to gather something together to make if I'm going to eat anything at all. And then I am using Nick Bear's supplements. I use his electrolytes post run, but I am drinking a gallon of water every day. So I'll usually finish, I'll be pretty well hydrated the night before. Um, and with how much I'm drinking towards the end of the night, like I'm going to the bathroom a couple times in the night. And then, so I'm pretty well hydrated. And then eating, I'm not really eating much. I have goos that I'll sometimes eat. Like I'll stop and take some goo or do it on the run, but I'm not heavy on running with food in my stomach because it causes me cramps and my stomach will just like be upset or something. So I don't like doing that. And I'm historically it's been completely fine for me, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah.
Um,
I know it's not
I don't
conventional because
I
they
don't
always
want
tell you
to.
to
I don't
do
eat on
stuff.
food. I don't run on food either. I can't
Yeah.
because my stomach will get like I just feel heavy and bad. I run a lot faster when I'm fasted,
Yeah.
like
Same.
right in the morning. Yeah. But one thing I do that helps me is I do his G1M Sport.
That's new, isn't it?
No, he's had it out for a while.
Okay.
So it's basically just you get like 20 grams per scoop of like fast acting carbohydrates. And then you get there's electrolytes in that as well. So you get like a big full electrolyte mix, as well as some like ready acting fast carbohydrates, so that you don't tap your glycogen stores too fast. That's something that maybe, if, I don't know if you want to look into it, we can talk more off the pod about it. But I think that that's helped me, because you get, even though you're killing water, I mean, you could be flushing out your electrolytes during the day too.
Yeah, and what I'll do too is I have like I will drink some electrolytes before, like the day before too, like the night before, just because I want to be ready for it. But I also supplement a lot with salt. Like I eat
In
salt
your
in a lot of
food.
the foods,
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
I push salt on a lot of my runners too that I treat at the clinic. Like if they're like Mark, for example, one of the guys that has come in to see me when he did. Mark is a crazy runner. And this guy, I can't say enough good things about him. He's one of the most down to earth, genuine people, and he's one of the best runners. He is the best runner I know, and one of the top runners in Jacksonville. He won. He wins marathons like Donna, and he's doing the Donna 100 miler that they have. They have the half marathon, the full, and they have the 100 miler. So I was treating him, and it's not a HIPAA violation because he is not actually an active patient or anything like that. He actually just comes in, and I do a lot of soft tissue work that he just pays out of pocket for. Um, but um, he he's just like he ran 7 marathons in 7 days at an average of a sub 3 hour marathon every single time. There was one marathon, his first one that he ran, or second one he ran, that was not three. It was like 3:04. So he's running 7 marathons at a sub 3 hour pace, which for folks out there who don't know what that is, that's like an average of like between a 6:15 and 6:30 mile for the entirety of the marathon, which is very, very, very good. And he does a lot of long distance work. And so he comes in to see me for me to work on him. And Mark actually just got sponsored by a running company locally. Well, yeah, in Jacksonville. And I mean, it's crazy. And I push a lot of salt on him when he was coming in to see me because he needed it for how much he sweats with the
Sure.
run. So
Cool.
yeah, I think it's super important. But yeah, I mean, you and I are probably not the convention. We don't listen to us because I think a lot of the people would say, you should probably eat something before you do a long run and make sure you're adequately prepared. But
Yeah.
I don't eat that. So
No, but okay. Yeah. So, getting caught up with me. I mean, it's honestly a lot of the same. Uh, my normal work schedule. I've been running consistently. I've actually been working out a little bit more. So my runs, I'm doing like either an hour run, which is usually about 7 mile runs, 2 or 3 times a week. It was a little slower the last 2 weeks, so I've been lifting more, and then either a track or a tempo run on Wednesdays, which are my favorite, dude. I've actually, at first I was like, I don't know about these, but now I really love it. There's a college right up the road from me called Muhlenberg College, and they always had the lights on, either because there's like lacrosse or like field hockey practicing at 5 in the morning, but sometimes not. They have the track lights on, and I'll go and hit like a cool track workout or like a nice tempo workout. And I've noticed my speed has increased for sure. Like I didn't like I understood that it's to increase your speed, but I didn't understand how. But it's really just to get you comfortable and your like muscles and central nervous system used to moving efficiently at higher speeds, and so then your cardiovascular system can keep up with you without like overexerting itself, which makes sense now. But I didn't understand that for a long time. But
yeah,
like I went from like my average when I was doing like my 7 mile runs. I mean, I was running sub 9, but it wasn't anything like super fast. And if I was doing like 8:15s or 8:20s, like I was comfortable, but I could tell that I was putting some effort into it to hold that. And now like if I'm running like 7.5, 7:45s, it feels slow. Like I did a run yesterday, 2 days ago, that was just a couple miles, and my first mile was like I think I ended up running like low sevens. It was like a 7:10 or 7:15 split or something like that. And the first mile was like a break-in mile, so I was kind of hurting, but after that I was like just cruising. So I'm
So
definitely
good.
noticing an improvement in that, which is making me really excited to keep training because I was pretty stagnant on my pace for a long time.
Yeah,
Um,
those like fast the track work and the speed work is great because you can just like really maximize your VO2 max, and then that translates and like leverages you so much on those long runs, which is awesome. Because
yeah.
if you're constantly improving your VO2 max, like I mean, if you look at all my splits on Strava, like towards the end of my runs, like I did a 10-mile run yesterday. The last mile of that 10-mile run was a 7:45 pace, but I'm like pushing, like, if you look at my heart rate, according to my
Mm,
Garmin, it's like I was probably like 180 or like high 170s. But if you're doing a lot of speed work and you're pushing your VO2 max super high, then you're going to be able to get that heart rate down when you're pushing those faster speeds. So it's not going to be like you're exerting as much energy to run that speed when you do those long runs, which is really good. And I think a lot of people fail to do that. I mean, heck, I didn't know any better until I came here. Really, I came to Jacksonville and started learning more about it. But people neglect to do that in marathon training. I mean, Jonah, did you do that in your marathon training? Did you do any speed work when you were training?
no,
Yeah.
did no speed work. I mean, I was like no running at all to then running for the marathon. So I had the only thing that mattered to me was just putting miles on. It was just making sure that I could make it. This amount of time mattered, but at the end of the day, if I finished in like 4 hours and 15 minutes instead of like the four sub that I was going for, I'd have been happy because it was just about finishing it. Now I care more about the speed stuff, but yeah, I just did straight mileage for a long time.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
mean, like, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's so good to know this stuff, and that's why like having a community to run with is awesome. Or buddies of yours that you can kind of talk through, like, hey, how did you train for this? Or knowing people that are excellent runners. I think it pays to know what to
Mhm.
do and how to prep for these types of things. So
Yeah, so
what are you gonna say?
that's what that's kind of what I've been up to. Like I said, I've actually been lifting a little bit more. To be completely honest with you, I don't do legs very often anymore because I run so fucking much. Not that you can't do both, but I just prioritize feeling good during my runs. I don't care if my legs are big or if I can squat 350 pounds anymore.
What's wrong with that,
Um,
dude? All right.
Nothing. There's
I'm
nothing
just
wrong with
kidding.
that.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
If you do that, you're an idiot. No, but no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean that's just where I'm at in my life, and what I lift to make myself happy nowadays, and just to stay in shape, but also to be like I like doing like Aubrey and I are running Spartan next weekend. That's something that's coming up. We're actually going to Boston and running a Spartan in Fenway Stadium.
Dude, news to me. I had no idea you were even going there.
Yeah, so they call it a stadium series, and they pick different big sporting stadiums throughout the country and do these. And the one we're going to happens to be in Fenway Park in Boston, which is like sick. I've never been there, so it's just a 5K, and then there's like a bunch of obstacles you do, but all the obstacles are like upper body stuff. So I've been just really hitting like David Goggins nickel and dimes with push-ups and pull-ups and doing like dumbbell and some back and chest work. But yeah, so that'll be really fun. I'm pumped for that. And I actually just got done planning out like it's like this coming year. I know what I'm doing in terms of like my really long stuff. Um, I might be doing. I'm doing an Ironman at a half Ironman at Penn State in next summer. I was thinking about doing Pittsburgh again, but I'm not going to now because we have weddings like right around there, so I can't. Um, but
I gotta
let's
get you to come
see.
to Donna, dude. That'd be so much fun if we ran that together. Did
March
like the full.
22nd. Oh, that's on this list. March
Okay.
22nd, not for this year, of course, but for 2025. March 22nd, there's a half marathon in New Holland, PA, which is like an hour away. I'm probably going to do that because I can just drive there. It's not going to cost me a bunch of money. Um, and then in June, the beginning of June, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but there's a marathon up on my camp in like North Central PA, up in the mountains. And like that'd be kind of sick. But I don't know if you can see this or not, but I have like a whole list of marathons and races coming up. And in 2025, the first one on that list is Donna.
Let's go. Yeah, we got to do
I'm
that.
pretty hyped for that. So, and there's next fall, there's a bunch of, there's like the St. Luke's Marathon, which is right in my backyard here. There's a Philly Marathon too. It's real close to that. And then there's a couple, that 10K super Spartan race. It's really hard in the Pocono Mountains that I did with Christian this past summer. I'm probably going to do that again if it lines up, just because it sucked, but it was awesome. So just some stuff like that, just trying to plan out some stuff to keep me busy. But once the new year hits, I'm going to start training for this Ironman. I'm going to do like a pretty big build up for it, because I don't swim and I don't bike, and this swimming is going to be really tough. So I've just been also collecting the equipment. So like little by little, just got cleats for the bike, all the little like tools and stuff I need, and then going back to get it tuned up. Just got a trainer too, for like an indoor trainer for the bike. So in winter,
send me a link. You gotta send me that link, because there's a bunch of races that I want to do too. I just, believe it or not, someone in the club was giving up their training gear for all that stuff. It was all like a triathlon and Ironman.
Got like this tri-suit.
Dude, it was free. He gave it to me free. It fits like a glove. I mean, and it's perfect. It says PRS, like PRS Running Club on there, and it might say race team. So, and it actually has my company on there too, our company logo, because we're a sponsor for them. So it has us on there, which is pretty sweet. So that's next for me as well. I mean, it's on my radar for sure. But dude, it's crazy. Like, did you ever think that we would be the ones getting into this? Like in college, we were such heavy lifters, and I still am. That's my favorite thing to do. It'll trump everything. I love lifting. But did you think that we would get into this type of endurance?
Dude, I never thought that I would run again.
Yeah.
After, like, especially after rugby, because it's so much endurance running, I was like, yeah, this ain't. I mean, it wasn't like long distance, but I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not running for fun. You know what I mean? Just to run. So no, I did not think that. But now I love it. It's like my favorite thing to do is run.
Yeah.
I hope that I like biking and swimming as much, because if not, it's going to be a grueling 6 months.
Yeah. Biking's tough though. Like riding is hard because of the crotch, not going to lie. Like that, I did a 20-mile ride probably 2 months ago with this one guy, and that was the longest ride I had done. My groin hurt and my crotch hurt for a while.
Were you wearing bike shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, tough.
Yep.
Yeah, not looking forward to that.
But it's fun, dude. I mean, just like pushing yourself to like absolute extremes is fun.
No, I love it. Yeah, that's what endurance is to me. It's just pushing it as hard as I can.
It's fun to challenge yourself with that.
Yeah. And then the other stuff is just wedding planning. That's at its peak right now. The small detailed stuff that Ab and I are dealing with. But it's like we're under a month out from the wedding now. So
isn't that crazy, dude?
That's big news right now. Yeah.
Oh, I can't make it, by the way. Sorry.
Perfect. Thank God.
Is this too late a notice to tell you that I can't make it?
No, just erase your name from my seating chart.
Okay. And the groomsmen table too?
Oh, yeah. I forgot you're in that.
Whatever.
Yeah, but so that's pretty much what's going on with me.
You.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one other thing I was going to say. I can't remember it now, but that's pretty much an update on us. I mean, we have a speaker series, like Jonah kind of alluded to before. We have some people that we are going to bring in. I don't want to say who it was, the first person, but first person is a good friend of ours, and you'll learn much more about them. And they have a pretty awesome perspective that they can talk about when they're on. And we have a couple people lined up after that. So there's so much more coming. You know, I think obviously the bread and butter of what we want to do here in the One of None pod is talk about educational stuff and talk about how you can better your life with regard to your lifestyle and your habits. That's the reason why we created this, was an open forum, if you will, for people to listen to something like this and understand that we experience all the trials and tribulations that you do. But we also, we want to create a podcast that you can hear other perspectives from people outside of me and Jonah, because we can't offer you all of that. And I think unique perspectives are great to have. And we have tons of friends that have awesome experiences and perspectives. So lots more on that. We haven't decided how long we're going to make the speaker series yet, but it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome to have
And,
people.
and honestly, it doesn't necessarily have to be a finite number, because that's what it comes down to. And I was thinking about this today is, I don't know even how many episodes we did leading up to like the guest speaker, but we did enough where we really kind of set the base for our views on things and how we think about all this stuff and our perspective on it. And so we've kind of beat that to death now. And so, like he's saying, we're bringing in some people to get their perspective and show you how they went through things and how they were successful in their own right and what they think is successful, so it can relate more to more people.
Yeah. And I just had an idea pop in my head. When we have kind of done this before, but we want to reach out to y'all too, to tell us, what do you want to hear? And there's so much more to talk about. I mean, it's not like we definitely built a strong foundation and we talked about the things that we're super passionate about, but there's endless topics to talk about. We can talk about financial stuff, about how to be frugal with your spending or live on a budget in order to prepare for financial independence in the long run, or how to manage, how do we manage relationships. I have a unique perspective because I'm doing a long distance relationship versus Jonah and his marriage. And we're not giving advice, we're just giving our perspectives. And I think we all struggle in our own relationships, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I am the best at that.
Yeah,
But
we will never give advice on as if we're professionals on anything.
yeah,
This is just us telling you our perspective on things, and the perspective that we have is not perfect. So
yeah.
know that going
But
in.
at the same time, if it works, and then we always say this, what's worked for us could work for you, and that's why it's the beautiful thing about podcasts. We can put our thoughts out there, and people can listen and agree to disagree or agree to agree. So I mean, it's whatever you make of it.
Oh, yeah, Drew, I forgot to mention this before we wrap up. Actually, deleted Instagram. Not deleted it, but I just logged out and deleted the app for the last week. I've been Instagram free.
Nice.
Dude,
How's it feel?
It is like a breath of fresh air, because I don't have Twitter. I have Snapchat, but like I never go on. I don't post anything on there. I just do my streaks with you guys.
Yep.
And it's been like I spend way less time on my phone. I don't get the reminder on my phone like, hey, you've done 30 minutes of screen time. I don't even get that anymore.
It's great.
It's been fantastic.
Proud of you, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely eye-opening, and I think that this is the second time I've deleted Instagram.
Right.
And I think
moved down, yeah.
I think that what I'll do next time is I will probably download it again and maybe just do like some posting just from what I want to do about 75 hard. And I think I probably will delete it again because it just doesn't provide me value anymore. And it's just more of a time waster. So I just don't feel the need to be on it anymore. And it's just, it's not worth it to me. There's nobody I care to impress. There's nobody I am seeking for approval from. It's not it for me.
So we've been dark on our podcast, the One of None podcast Instagram, and we've been quiet for a while, and that's why. So we'll be back, but it's going to be a little bit.
A little interim before we hop back on there. I got about 25 days left, 26 tomorrow. So we're almost there. Baby. Almost there. And dude, if it weren't for your wedding, I might just go into like 150 hard and just do like 150 days. But I will be breaking up the 75 hard with a nice cold beverage for this random dude's wedding that I have to attend. So I'm just going to be drinking all of his alcohol and eating all of his food and then just like leaving. But
perfect.
It will be nice to see everybody.
I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. No, but seriously, yeah, that kind of concludes everything on what's going on with us and what to expect in the future from the pod. So be on the lookout here in the next week or so for the first guest speaker. Anything else?
Yes, sir. No, that's it. Thank you all for listening. Please share us too. I don't ask Andy Frisella he has a podcast called Real AF, and he always talks about this. It's an exchange. I provide you value if you share. We don't ask for anything on this pod. We do it because we want to help people, but I likewise to Andy Frisella, we would ask that you would share us with other people too. It doesn't have to be every single time we post, you post it on your Instagram, but share through word of mouth. That goes a long way, and we appreciate that. And with us, obviously, recently both deleted Instagram for the time being, it really does help a lot. So we would appreciate if y'all shared our stuff. And I get messages a lot about how much the pod has helped people. So if it helps you or you just think it's beneficial to you, go ahead and share that with other people, whether through social media or just through word of mouth. We would, honestly greatly appreciate that. So that's it from me. And we'll see you on the next pod. Be on the lookout.
See you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.